seed snail method. They say seed snails allow you to fit more plants in less space and that your plants grow better in it. So together, let's find out. And to make my seed snail, I'm going to be using some bubble foil. The length of this bubble wrap is 30 inches and I'm going to be cutting it into 4 to 5 inches strip. And you could even go all the way up to 6 inches. You'll want to fold the bubble wrapper over and fold it over again one more time. And then with my marker and a tape measure, I'm going to be making a mark at 4.5 inches twice. So we got 4.5 and 9 inches. I'm gonna do the same right at the bottom. Then with my bubble wrapper mark, I'm going to make my cut. And now we can unfold it. And just like that, we have our 2 strips cut perfectly nice and fast. I've also got an old chicken feed bag from when we feed our chicken that I'm going to be using to turn into a seed snail. The next step is to put potting soil on our strips. The soil you use can be the same soil you would use for your seed cell trays or some compost for heavy feeder crops like cabbage or squash. With our strips now all with soil, now comes the fun part, which is rolling it up into the seed snail that we all know. Then I'll take a rubber band and we put one of them on the top of it and one onto the bottom. And we'll place them onto a tray just like that. Press it out. Now I'll do the same for the rest of my strips with soil. Now with all of our seed snail done, oops! They ended up looking way better than I actually expected. These seed snails look amazing. So let's get them planted. Another good thing about the seed snails is that the seeds could be planted very close to each other and you get a lot of seedlings in one row. And then next I got my Mizuna. These seeds are actually quite tinier than the tomato seeds. And now is my cabbage. And lastly is my cilantro, which I'm planting in my chicken feed snail row. And that's my seed snails watered in. And now I'm going to show you how you could still make this seed snail if you don't want to use plastic. And the first step is to cut your cardboard. You'll want to cut off the ends and then do the middle. And then you'll want to remove any tape that is on it and soak it in a bucket of water for about 1 to 2 minutes. After, you can add your soil on top of it. Next is you want to roll it up just like the other seed snails and then place a rubber band over it. Now that's my cardboard seed roll done, but you could also use burlap bags, old cotton clothes, or some parchment paper as other options to make your seed snail roll. That's it for my seed snails, so we'll check on them later. And you can see our tomatoes have germinated in both of our seed snails. Next is our cabbage seedlings, which are growing great too. And for my Mibuna, there's not actually that much growing, but the seeds are a little older, so I think they'll take a little longer to germinate. My cilantro seed snail haven't anything really come up yet because they have a hard shell and take way longer to germinate. And you might be wondering, why is there this extra seed snail? Well, I actually like this method so much that after filming, I decided to plant another one of it. And in this one, I have some bunching onions planted that I'm going to interplant in my garden. Now for the final verdict, I have a few things that I want to go through. The seed snails that I made from the plastic bag were a little bit more flimsy than the one I made for bubble wrap. Also, with the bubble wrap one, I find that it was easier to put the soil in because the soil would not spread all over as the bubbles help to keep them in. So who is this method for? Well, here are some questions that if the question match your situation, then you could be a great fit for the seed snail method. Are you concerned about microplastics in your food? If you are, then this might be the perfect reason for you to do this method. I did get a comment in my community post that said, if you like microplastics in your food, yup. Yes, and I'm assuming that you're starting your seeds currently in a cardboard roll or in a cardboard pot. And so this method you could do with the cardboard boxes like I just showed you. Cardboard boxes are safe to use because when I search, most of the modern cardboard boxes that you get are made with glue from vegetables. So it's safe as long as you get rid of the tape, and you're probably already using cardboard already. Second question, do you find yourself not having enough room under your grow lights because you only have a few? So here you can see that if I was to use seedling trays for my plants, I could fit about 2 seed cells in them. So that's 8 crops that I could sow. But with my seed snails, I could fit 6 of them in one tray, which would be 24 seedling containers that I could plant in, or about 4x the amount of plants. The third question, do you find gardening boring or repetitive? If you get bored at gardening, doing the same thing year after year, then this could be a new method for you, as I'm like one of these and I find that this method was pretty new and exciting. Question 4, do you order a lot of stuff and have leftover packaging? Cardboard boxes, bubble wrap, foam wrapping, etc. So is the seed snails worth all the hype? In my opinion, yes. And you should definitely give it a try if any of the above is your situation. So I've arranged some store-bought greens right here on the left of this lid, and some of our homegrown lettuce that is growing indoors. And we're going to see which one Tweaker goes for first. Okay. And oh boy, there Tweaker goes with one of our greens already. Go again, Force. And we won. Oh, this is interesting. The red one never got eaten. Hello, Tweaker. So what do you have to say? Oh, red one's getting eaten. Everything's done. So I've also got Tweaker some rice, some greens, some bread and sweet potato, and some apple. Oh, bread is second. Make sure you guys peck a like emoji in the comments for Tweaker or some special foods like bread if you like seeing Tweaker in our videos. Now there's go to greens. So that's it for this video. I hope you learned a lot. If you did, please share this video with someone else so they too can learn the new method and have some fun gardening. Goodbye!